Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Michi Makes Up. The Sephora VIB event for spring is upon us. I have a bunch of recommendations as well as items I'd like to pick up during the event. The event starts for VIB Rouge members on April 1st. It does go until April 11th for everybody, all tiers of membership. For VIB members, it begins on the 5th for you, and for insiders on the 7th. So I've organized all the products by brand, and I think I'm going to start with brands that I know I'm going to pick up some items during this event. So let's begin first with Westman Atelier. As you guys know, Westman Atelier is one of my favorite clean beauty brands, and clean beauty is something that I got into about a year ago. It was has been a really fun journey discovering, the high performing clean beauty brands that are out there and just kind of understanding at a really high level. I'm not being really like super nerdy about it and digging into all the differences, but it's interesting to understand like what's the level of standard for a particular brand's clean beauty, because it does differ from one brand to the next. But anyhow, I've been wearing the Westman Atelier Vital Skin Stick Foundations in shade 1 and shade 4 off and on for about a year, and I just really like it. It's very comfortable on the skin. It wears really nicely. It's what I'm wearing in basically all of my videos since I've gotten these foundations. The reason why I have two shades is during the summer I get at least 2 shades deeper than I am now. But during the winter, as I'm not going out nearly as much, being in the sun and doing anything really outside, I do lighten up considerably. So I'm going to swatch Atelier 1 for you and 4 for comparison. I am pretty satisfied with mixing and matching these 2 shades throughout the year as I'm, transitioning from deeper to lighter, etc., to get a really good match. And what I've done is I usually use 4 the deeper shade just right along here and up here, and then 1 just these, typical areas that I want to stay light. So it's worked really well for me as I get more sun, more time outside, and my skin darkens, deepens. I'm just going to use more of 4 to achieve like a good match. So this is what the system that I found to work best for me. I don't know that I'd be interested in trying an in-between shade of 1 and 4. If I find myself being out in the sun a lot, I figure I'd probably go for something even deeper than the 4. But these so far, I believe the undertones are neutral too, which is why I chose these 2 specifically. And so any brands where their foundation and concealer are neutral undertones, they tend to be a much better fit for me than anything that says like neutral with a bit of pink or golden undertones. For me, it is neither. It is neutral. That's always going to be the best fit. So I love these. They wear very well throughout the day, and they're just very comfortable as well. The next Westman Atelier products I really enjoy are going to be her Baby Cheeks Blush Stick. I have 2 shades, Minette as well as Poppy. Poppy I picked up in the fall during the last event. These 2 are quite different from each other, but boy, they're just so beautiful. Minette is, I think it is the only shade in the lineup where they have, or where the product has a little bit of sheen and sparkle to it. The others are of a kind of like a satiny matte finish. Well, I guess they're matte, but because they're so creamy, and this is Poppy here, because they're so creamy and hydrating, they do have like a little bit of a sheen of themselves. And if your skin is well hydrated, it's just gonna play off of that. Mind you, my hand is pretty dry. I've been in the pool today. I've done chores, washed them a gazillion times, and didn't always remember to hydrate. So they're pretty dry. Any sheen you do see off of the back of my hand is gonna be from the product. The 2 shades, really different from each other. Minette kind of just goes with anything, gives me added radiance on my cheeks, And it's such a, that kind of corally pink shade always works really well for my skin tone. So I've had a fair share of looks where I used Minette. Poppy is just for when, and you can also use these on your lips too. You can dab a little bit. Actually, let me do that. Just to give you a little bit. That's why I can't resist Poppy. Like, I really wanted to try it for that reason. It's such a gorgeous shade. It does not go with every single makeup look that I guess that I've come up with or that I've worn out. But when I'm looking for the shade, it just brings it. It's perfect. So Poppy, these wear beautifully throughout the day on top of your foundation, your setting powder, or underneath. If you do want more of an all over glow, I would put it underneath your finishing powder, but on top of your foundation, and then actually add some more on top of your setting powder after to give you kind of this dual layer effect. Typically though, for the sake of speed and everyday makeup, I just wear these on top of everything and it stays put. It doesn't really, I mean, sure, the foundation, you know, oxidizes over time and things do shift a bit, but I always find that these cream blushes have really great staying power and they don't much fade. So I really enjoy them. The next Westman Atelier product, this is the last one that I have to recommend, is Les Nude, which is their lip suede. This first came out and immediately sold out, was out of stock for several months, and had finally come back in stock maybe 2 months ago. It's what I have on my lips. I use all of the shades because I was like, oh, it's been a while. Like, let me go back in and try. It is sheer, and these are light and also very neutral. These two shades here is what's going to give you more pigmentation. So I put Poppy right here, but on the side where you can see a bit more pink, red, plum, it is from these two shades. The finish of these lip suedes they're very hydrating, so they do have, like, you could say they're a little satiny, but because of how nude these shades are, it almost gives you, initially anyways, like a velvet matte finish. And I think it's really beautiful. They wear very comfortably. So if you're someone who enjoys a lighter makeup look or just the ease of dabbing with your hands, you can also use a lip brush, which I have, but today I use my finger. But if you just want that, have this on the go. It comes with a pouch too. I mean, this is perfect. So for those who were interested in the Les Nude lip suede as it came out but missed it, just so you guys know, it's back in stock and this is a great time to get it during the event. Next two items are from different brands, but I really just want to put this near the top, near the beginning of this video. It's the Tower 28 Beach Please Cream Blushes. It's what I have on my cheeks. This is Rush Hour. It just blends so beautifully. It melts in the skin so seamlessly. Wears just as nice and does not fade, much like the Westman Atelier stick blushes. And I find that this shade, specifically Rush Hour, it goes with every single look that I've created since I've gotten the blush and tried it. And it is corally pink, so unless I'm not looking for corally pink, but it just really goes. I'm wearing it today. I really think it complements the look. I could be wearing something much brighter, would complement the look. I could be wearing something, you know, smoky, and it could complement the look. As long as I'm going for coral pink, it's great. And I find that the pigment is easy to build, but not easy to mess up and go overboard. I find that amazing. I love to pick up at least one more from this line, and I'm thinking of something a little bit more bronzy, sort of to play around with as the weather gets warmer, like, and we get into summer. And then for the Westman Atelier, I forgot to mention, they did come out with a new brow product, and I love to try that. I'm gonna put a picture above this brow product. It's basically Shu Uemura's Brow Sword, but Westman Atelier version, and I'm very excited to try it, so I'll definitely be picking that up and trying that. The next item here is from Cosis. It is their Cloud Set. This kind of pressed powder here. This is in the shade Breezy. And I did use it in a try on new makeup video, and I don't really like it for all over face, just because I find that for all over face setting powder, I much more prefer the loose powder format. However, this is something you can definitely take on the go for touch up during the day. But specifically, I like using this for under eye because I'll go in with a puff and I'll just kind of pat it like this. It helps with preventing for a longer amount of time my concealer from setting in and just have it crease. So it does help with that, and it is smoother than it would be had I just used a loose powder. And I think the Breezy shade is great too. I think it just fits, like, you know, light enough but not too light for my skin tone. So I'll be picking up a full size. I got this, I think it was from maybe exchanging 100 Sephora or VIB points to get this. I think that's how I picked it up. Or either they had a promotion where if your purchase was like $35 or more, you can enter in a code. It could have been that as well. The next brand I want to talk about is Merit. You guys have seen me talk about Merit. I do wear their products very often. And anytime if you looked at my product description to see what I'm wearing, you're going to see at least one Merit product in that list. What I do wear very consistently is the Minimalist. I use this as a concealer for under eye, and I've since picked up other shades too, where I use it as a, not contour, but I do have a brighter, like even lighter shade that I use here as like a highlight, like a foundation level cream highlight. And then I do have a deeper shade, but let me swatch all of them for you. So I have 3 on my wrist. This is Bone, Linen, and Bisque. So all 3 are neutral undertones, going back to how I am neutral undertone and I'm going to find the best fit. So these are the 3 different light, well, I wouldn't even say this is medium, this is still pretty light, but these are the 3 levels that if you would go from lightest to, you know, further into their shade selection, these are the first 3 you're going to encounter with neutral undertone. And I use this as kind of the brightening highlighter, Bone, and then I use Linen for under the eyes. It's perfect. I can also use Linen for an all-over foundation during the winter time because it's a really good match. And then Bisque is what I would mix with Linen as I'm transitioning to deeper skin tones as we get closer to summer or right in the middle of summer. So it's like the Westman Atelier Vital Skin Stick Foundation. It's just that mixing and matching to get that perfect lineup. And you might be wondering, well, if I love the Merit Minimalist so much, like why am I using Merit Beauty? The 2 are very similar, but Minimalist is thicker because it can also be a spot concealer, a concealer. It kind of like can do everything. I think I enjoy the texture of the Westman Atelier for all over face, which is why I probably lean more towards it for like all over face foundation, but I definitely love the spot concealing highlighting potential of the Minimalist. So that's why this is my go-to for those reasons. And also from the Merit brand, I love their mascara. This is my second tube, and actually from the Minimalist, Linen, the shade right here in the middle. This is also my second one. Their brow pomade, also my second. So I've been using these very consistently. It's what I have here. The shade is brown, which is what I use for the brow. And then they only have a classic black mascara shade. So, and then for their lip product, I really, really enjoy their lip oils. Ultra comfortable. Unless you don't like the slick feeling of a lip oil, that's probably the only reason why I wouldn't recommend it. But if you're looking for something really, really hydrating, it lasts like like a lip gloss, and it is glossy like a lip gloss. Let me swatch it. Not quite as glossy as Victoria Beckham's Posh Gloss, but it is close, very close. And it has more pigmentation than a tinted lip balm. You can build it up a little bit. So if you're looking something just, you know, within like that description I just described, this is it. It's so comfortable. And I want to say they are very mildly scented, but I can't quite figure out the scent. It's almost like a hint, just a hint of vanilla. Although, interestingly, but this one is the newest one. Okay, so Taupe is actually the latest addition to my lip oil collection from Merit. And this one smells like caramel, light caramel. Whereas these two, like, maybe they smell different. Maybe depending on the scent. I'm not sure. I'm sorry, I'm not sure. This one definitely smells like caramel. These two may be a little bit of vanilla. Yes, and it could be the age of the product too. I've had these two the longest out of the three. From Merit Beauty, my plan is to pick up some of their satin lipsticks that they just released like a month or so ago. Very, very excited about those. We'll definitely be trying them out for you guys and wearing them to see how good they feel, what the pigment is like, how they transfer. So I look forward to that. The next brand, I think I always mention them in my Sephora sale event recommendation videos because it's not all the time that you can find a sale on this brand. And I mean, you're gonna find multiple sales throughout the year, but sometimes it's just easier to pick them up during a Sephora event. So this is gonna be Dior's Powder No Powder. It is what I'm wearing today. And while, you know, the very hydrating concealer from Merit and Westman Atelier's foundation is going to give me some of that glow, it really, that extra glow that you see in some of these areas as I'm, you know, turning and moving, it's from the Powder No Powder. This is in the shade 1N. It's gorgeous. It's a multi-high performance functioning product. It can be your setting powder. It will help control oil. It's not gonna make you crease faster, and it gives you just that little bit of sheen that smooths everything out, makes it a little bit more like soft filtering, if you will. I love this product. It is scented though, just so you guys know. And then I have to recommend, moving away from Dior, I have to recommend Tom Ford's latest cream quads. I'm looking forward to when they have a little bit more variety to the color stories. They're quite smoky. Even Rose Topaz that I have here, the looks you get is quite smoky, but you do get a glitter shade. And then this here, Smoky Topaz, or sorry, Smoky Quartz. Rose Topaz, Smoky Quartz. This is a very smoky look, but these are all matte shades, and I was almost gonna wear this today, but I might save it for another video. But I think this is a great new formula for them. Very, very smooth. It reminds me of Suku's eyeshadow, maybe even a touch smoother than their like satin mattes. Like it's so smooth that these are like, they're mattes, but they're satin mattes. They feel like satin mattes. So I recommend that. Being so new, I don't know that you can find these on sale on other online retailers. So Sephora is definitely the place to pick them up if you're interested. And I just realized here I skipped an item from Dior. The other item I've been enjoying from Dior ever since I picked these up are the Dior Forever Couture Luminizer. What I have on today is Golden Glow. Lovely, lovely Big Shell Eye highlight. And it's got that coral, once again, coral and golden. So beautiful. It gives you just enough beam, but it isn't quite so much that it could now like accentuate texture, highlight texture. So I think it's got like just a good balance between the two. And these are scented as well. It's actually the same scent as the Powder No Powder, but I think these are beautiful and I don't see people talking about them so much. And when I first got these and made a video, it didn't seem like there was that much interest. So I did want to call out this product once more. I think they have beautiful highlighters. For my final brand that I want to recommend, it's going to be from Natasha Denona. And she's had such a good run with her mini palettes. Barring the most recent one that was released for Valentine's Day, but all the other ones that I've tried, like I'm wearing the mini retro today, lovely. And then I also really like her mini love palette from last year's Valentine's Day. And then even the more recent Biba mini is pretty great too. So I just want to spend a couple of minutes and just give some love to these fantastic minis that she's had, like a really good run. Mini Zendo, any of them. If any of these catches your eye, I do have videos on all of them. So I'll have my Natasha Denona playlist below. I'll try to include multiple playlists for all these different brands. You guys can, if you're interested, you can go through and you know, see. But everything that I've shown here, I've done either a review, yeah, I think I've done review videos on all of these. Some of them are just like review and wear tests, some of them are review videos, tutorial videos. So yes, I do love these minis. And then I do recommend her latest mini palette, the Pastel palette. If this is a color story that catches your eye, you're like, oh, this is what I've been looking for. Something very colorful, light from a high-end eyeshadow brand. I do recommend this. And I didn't mention this in my review video, but there are pinholes in the back. So if you want to rearrange or add in other Natasha Denona, you know, mini size eyeshadow pans and use this palette, you can pop them out or take these shadows from here and put it into another meaty palette. Those are all my recommended items. The items I want to pick up, besides the ones I already talked about, I think there's actually no, there's two more here. Yes, Cosis. From Cosis, I like to try their concealer and foundation. So I hope I can find the right shade. I remember looking at the foundation a couple of days ago and I didn't see anything that was kind of light to medium, but neutral undertones. There was always either some pink or peach or something, and that makes me hesitate. It doesn't mean that it's not going to be a good fit, but it probably means I should go in store and try it out and see if I can find something there. But yes, I'm very interested in those two. And then there is a brow gel from Makeup by Mario, and it's supposed to give you that fluffy feathered look. I've been trying to achieve that, and I think I can probably hack it. I can watch some videos and hack it, like maybe use like hair gel or spray or something and just like comb them upwards. But I want to try something that was like a makeup product that was designed to do that. So I may pick that up as well. Well, thank you guys for watching. Hope you found some of these recommendations helpful, or you know, right along what you were looking for. Let me know below what you have planned if you do plan to participate and shop some items. I'll see you guys very soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.